This is the Pokemon Go Radio Hoenn Challenge. We had a handful of players from the Discord each represent one of the badges in the Hoenn Challenge from the original console game. Players got to go through and try to defeat each badge in order and then go through the Elite Four. The first badge is the Stone Badge, which is Rock type, represented by Jthro. She leads with Lunatone, and all of her Pokemon had to be Rock type. So, knowing that water is super effective against Rock type, people are going to bring a lot of water. You could pick for the first 8 badges. You could pick any Pokemon you wanted to bring, and the badge defender didn't know what you were going to bring, but they can assume, for example, for Rock type, that there's going to be a lot of water. So she uses Rock Slide. Now with Lunatone, I have no idea like what kind of moves Lunatone has. So this is interesting, and some of the badge folks didn't necessarily bring Pokemon to win. They just brought interesting or fun Pokemon. It's not ranked or anything, so we're just trying to have a good time and, use different Pokemon and basically just have a good time. And I did lose a few matches getting to the Elite Four. The Elite Four is where it starts to get serious. I'm going to hit with the Surf here. This is super effective against Lunatone, and she wastes both shields trying to protect her Lunatone, and she's going to come out with Cradilly. Now, Cradilly has a water charge move. I'm pretty sure it's Grass Knot, so she knew that people would be bringing water Pokemon, so of course she brought Cradilly to try to counter those water Pokemon. For most of these badges, it's an uphill battle. Like I said, it's just for fun. This isn't, competitive or anything. I bring out Medicham and hit Kabuto Tops with Power Up Punch. I brought 2 water Pokemon, and then I brought Medicham, expecting Jenna to have something that would counter a water type. So I'm doing pretty good here. She's going to come out, and she's going to hit me with Cradilly. But my Medicham's doing pretty good. He's got 1 power-up punch in. She's going to hit me with the Grass Knot. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off with counters here. The next badge is the Knuckle Badge, which is Fighting type for Gracie Z. So I'm going to bring Mantine. Mantine has flying moves, so he's going to be super effective against Fighting type. I sort of expected to see Medicham. Medicham's hands down the best Great League Pokemon. So here comes that first power-up punch. It's not very effective against Mantine, but I'm hitting with super effective, and she's coming in with Poliwrath, which is a good Pokemon, fairly difficult. So I'm going to charge up some more, and she's going to come in with what I believe is a power-up punch. Not going to do too much to Altaria. It's an Ice Punch. Okay, so that hits Altaria pretty hard. Good job on that one, Gracie. Now, she knew that players would be bringing a lot of flying types, so she brought Poliwrath with Ice Punch. She probably baited me on this one here, maybe not. No, she didn't bait me on this one. Okay. Good play there, and I'm charging up that Sky Attack, and she may or may not block this one. This probably ought to finish off Poliwrath. She blocks that. That's super effective. Looks like she's going to get 1 more Ice Punch off. And 50-50 whether the shield here. I'm trying to decide. I decide not to shield and go ahead and let Altaria get... Oh, okay, so it was a power-up punch, so I made the good decision on that one. Got lucky, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I have a Sky Attack ready for whatever she brings out. It is Medicham. She's going to have to use her last shield on this one, or she's going to get one-shotted, even though I did miss one of the little icons for Sky Attack. She does, in fact, shield it. Takes down my Altaria. And now I'm looking pretty good here. I'm going to hit Medicham with his Aerial Ace. This is going to deal a lot of damage to Medicham. I missed one. That's super effective, but doesn't knock him out. I still have another Aerial Ace, but she still gets off. It's probably going to be Power-Up Punch or Ice Punch. I'm not sure. It's Power-Up Punch, which is not doing anything to Mantine, so I'm doing okay here. And remember, the point of these badges, these folks with the badges, isn't to try to win every battle. They're just trying to have fun Pokemon, and try to give a challenge, but not really, try to win every battle. If you lose, you have to wait 3 days before re-challenging the badge. Here I come in with another aerial ace. And that's going to one-shot Blaziken or take him out most of the way. And the next badge is the Dynamo badge, which is electric. It's walking guide. So I figured I'd bring as much ground as I could, and Marshtomp is a really good ground Pokemon. So we're lagging a little bit here. So I'm hitting Alolan Raichu with a super effective ground move, Mud Shot, and she's going to beat me to that first charge move, Grass Knot, which is going to freaking really knock out, oh man, Marshtomp, poor guy. Didn't expect that at all. So I now know that, okay, she's going to switch out, and she's going to switch into Lantern. It's kind of a tough match for Mudkip here. Stone Edge isn't going to do too much, but he does have the poison move, which might not do too bad. Okay, so she wastes the shield there. And I'm building up that Sludge Bomb, but I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. That was a really good first move there with Raichu, really knocking me down like that. I'm going to go ahead and hit this another Stone Edge, but she's going to beat me to that. Maybe Hydro Pump? Hydro Pump would do some serious damage to force... all right, poor Quag. Quag's going to get his move in. This ought to deal a lot of damage if it's not shielded. I think she's out of shields. Yeah, this does a lot of damage to Lantern. Lantern's pretty slow builder, so I could finish her off with charge moves here, but she's really getting those charge moves. Her fast moves are starting to hit me pretty hard, so I'll go ahead and just knock out the Lantern. So I don't want to faint having all kinds of energy and not get that charge move off. So I'll go ahead and feint that Lantern, and she's going to come with Electivire, which I was like, holy cow. All right, I'm really hoping to get the Stone Edge off, which I don't get the Stone Edge off. It's looking a little shady for me here, but I bring in Wishcash. Whatever it is, I decide not to shield. I figure it's probably an electric move. Not going to deal too much damage. Okay, it's an Ice Punch. Okay, so that's not too bad for Wishcash. So Wishcash is going to be hitting these Mud Bombs. Now, Wishcash is a real fast builder. I kind of messed up by trying to do like a Stone Edge or something like that, but I still get an excellent on that. So that's going to knock out Electivire. And she's going to come back in with Alolan Raichu. I'm going to shield whatever it is. Probably something grass again. Another Grass Knot, which would have probably finished me off. Luckily, I had that shield. And I'm going to get to this Mud Bomb, and I'm going to take out Raichu. You could tell I was really hitting that. I was worried she was going to get to another Grass Knot before I had managed to get this Mud Bomb off. We're lagging a little bit here. That ought to do it. Yep, that takes out Alolan Raichu. The fourth badge is the Heat badge, which is Fire type with Marshly. He starts with Arcanine. Once again, I go to Marshtomp. I love Marshtomp. He's one of my favorite Pokemon ever. From the original Boulder Cup, he was like one of my MVPs. All right, I get right to that. Blanking on the name. Mud Bomb. He's going to go ahead and block. I was I overcharged a little bit. I assumed he would think it was a Surf and use the shield. I'm going to block whatever this is. Once again, honestly, no idea what move it's going to be. It's a Crunch, okay? So that's not really doing a whole lot to Marshtomp. But I'm going to get to this Surf. It looked like he kind of lagged out a move there. Yeah, he's kind of lagging there. I'll hit that. Okay, so he uses that shield. So the nice part about Marshtomp, I'm going to get to another Surf, and I'm there. There I am. This one-shot Arcanine. And I'm sitting real good now. If he's bringing Fire Pokemon, then Surf is going to pretty much one-shot or put a lot of hurting on whatever he brings out. So he's going to bring out Charizard. I got something for you, Charizard. It's called Surf Buddy. I'm not sure. I think this might one-shot him. If not, it's going to put a serious whooping on him. And I'm going to probably beat him to his charge move. Yeah, almost one-shots Charizard. Poor guy. Everyone loves Charizard. So he's going to get to this Dragon Claw. I'll go ahead and shield it. I'm going for the clean sweep here with Marshtomp. He was kind of like doing his little flipper thing, like, yeah, bring it, Charizard. I'm going to finish him off with, oh no, I chicken out, and I go ahead and hit that Surf at the last minute. I was worried about maybe him getting to another Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw comes pretty fast. All right, and out comes Ninetales. Now, if I can get to that surf, I'll be in good shape, which I do. Marsh Stomp is just incredibly quick, and when your opponent has a fire type and water is going to be super effective, then it's kind of hard to go wrong. This is probably one of the hardest badges to defend. And I don't get the clean sleep with the Marsh Stomp. He's going to get to that. Probably a Psy Shock, it being that fast. Yeah, Psy Shock will take out Marsh Stomp, and I'm going to come in and finish him off with Celio, another wonderfully awesome Pokemon. He's going to get another Psy Shock off. Those things really build quick. Alright, and he's going to hit me, but that's not going to deal a whole lot of damage to me, so that'll finish off that badge. Just for fun, I'm pretty good at that Body Slam from the Jungle Cup. We're lagging a little bit more here. Eventually it's going to go through. Celio's like, hey, take a look at me. I'm pretty awesome. There's my selfie. Alright, the next badge is against the Balance badge, which is the normal type with Rufus. We hung out at GoFest this year. He comes out with his Fearow, and I got my Jungle Cup Monkey Ape. He's going to be hitting those Body Slams super quick. Vigoroth hits pretty hard. Even though it's neutral damage, I figured I'd pick Vigoroth for something fun. I'm going to go ahead and block this, whatever it is. Vigoroth is kind of a little squishy, but man, does he hit hard. So I thought, kind of hard to go wrong. I was kind of picking something fun for this one to start with. I love Vigoroth. Whatever this is, I'm going to be hitting it with Body Slam because Bulldoze isn't going to do a whole lot. He comes out with Wiggles, which I think was an interesting pick. I didn't expect Wiggles. But Wiggles ought to be doing a number on Vigoroth. So I'm going to switch into Hitmonchan. These counters are going to be doing a lot of damage, and I'm going to go straight to that charge move. Wiggles is pretty good, but he's slow, so if you could beat him to those charge moves, then you're probably going to KO him. I think that's probably neutral to him. Okay, he's going to be hitting me. Hitmonchan's pretty squishy, so I'm going to come back in with the Vigoroth here and hit that Body Slam. I probably could have got one more in, but I just chickened out and didn't want to, chance it him. I wasn't counting. I didn't know where he was with his energy. He uses that last shield, which means he's probably got some energy build up. I might be seeing whatever that is coming. Yep, he had that energy build up, and he's going to try to hit Hitmonchan. Probably Ice Punch, maybe? Or, I'm sorry, Ice Beam. Yeah, so I'm going to block that, and then I'm going to go ahead and see what his last Pokemon is here. It is Girafarig, and pretty hard to beat Medicham. Medicham's pretty awesome. I was feeling pretty good at this point about this match. Even if he does get to a charge move, it's probably not going to one-shot me, and I just need one more power-up punch to take him out, and I get to it. That was a fun one. I like the flying types. I'm sorry, the normal types. Alright, next up is the flying type for Dark Robot. He comes out with Gyarados, the flying not dragon, right? So I figured flying, well, I'd try to hit him with some rocks, with some Stone Edge. So I overcharge, and do I go to the Acid Spray or do I go to the Stone Edge? I'm really overcharging this one. So this is, I have no idea. Gyarados has access to so many different moves. It's a crunch, so kind of a wasted shield, but I'll go ahead and I'll come in with the Acid Spray. Now, I've charged up a lot of energy, so he's probably expecting this to be a pretty hefty move, but I'm just bluffing here with this Acid Spray. And he does not fall for the shield bait, so I'll go ahead and hit the Stone Edge, hoping for him not to shield again. He probably will shield. And he doesn't shield. That's super effective. He figured I was maybe trying to bait him again, so I got lucky there. Maybe he was being nice. He comes in with Pidgeot. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with Acid Spray, trying to bait that other shield. And I do get the shield. So lucky for me there. I'm hitting him with these ground moves that aren't doing squat. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so he's going to hit me with whatever it is. It would KO me, so I'm basically all the way to the Stone Edge, so I'll shield it. It's an Aerial Ace, and I'll go ahead and hit the Stone Edge. And I'll either knock this out or I'll get the last shield. Either way, I'm sitting in pretty good shape for this one. I get that last shield, so that's good for me. And I'm going to bring out my lantern. It's actually, you see it's named Glacia. I was one of the Elite Four badges, and this is one of my Pokemon for that. It's my lantern. And whatever, probably an aerial ace, it's not going to do a whole lot to Lantern. Lantern's a pretty big tank, not very effective. And this Thunderbolt's going to one-shot his Pidgeot, but I'm overcharging a little bit. You see I have Charge Beam as my fast move there, and that's a pretty good fast move. It charges quicker, I guess, hence the name Charge Beam. I'm not too worried about these aerial aces, so I just overcharged my, is it Thunderbolt? Yeah, my Thunderbolt. So I probably at this point have 2 Thunderbolts, and whatever he's going to come in with, I'm going to hit it with the Thunderbolt, and it's Pelipper. Really cool choice, really fun Pokemon. Unfortunately, I'm just going to one-shot it with Thunderbolt. Yeah, super effective. See you later, Pelipper. The next badge is the Mind Badge, which is Psychic type for the famous Illustrious Overseer. Now, I had already lost a match, so I had to wait 3 days. So this is my rematch where I actually do win. So I'm going to lead, and we're going to do some switches here, and I come in with Steelix. I'm going to go ahead and, okay, what's he going to, see the problem with Hypno is it has just so many different fast moves. It has Fire Punch, Electric Punch, it has Shadow Ball apparently, so I'm going to go ahead and overcharge, and I'm going to try to hit with this Heavy Slam. Looks like I missed one of those there. I did. All right, he doesn't shield, so I am almost to another Heavy Slam, so I'm going to hit the other Heavy Slam. I don't know why. I usually get this one just fine, but I was going too fast. I was just excited or something because I lost once. He'll go ahead and let Hypno faint. I think Justin was being nice to me on that one. He's going to come in with Medicham, which is just going to eat Steelix alive. I can't switch, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get... Okay, I don't get this... if I shield this, I'd get that... Yeah, he hits me with the power-up punch, but I'm going to shield, so I'm going to get this... what is it? Iron something or other. It's a steel move. I'm blanking on what it is. It's a Heavy Slam. I'm going to get that off just to deal some damage. Probably worth the shield for me, just to get some damage on Medicham. I'm going to come in with Skarmory. Now, this isn't a great match for Skarmory, especially since he's up on shields. I'm not going to shield this power-up punch. I could probably feint Medicham all the way down with just fast moves. I'm going to maybe have to shield here. No, I don't. I get lucky. So, okay, so he actually switched out. I'm going to hit Flash Cannon on Gardevoir because this is going to be super effective against Gardevoir. Hoping he doesn't block. He does block, unfortunately. I'm going to switch into Fortress. One thing to know about the Psychic type is Bug, Dark, and Ghost, all the things that are kind of scary. That's what's super effective against the Psychic type. Okay, I'll go ahead and hit him with the Steeled move, and then he's going to come in with his Medicham, and that's it. I win that match. Next match is the Rain Badge, the Water type from Daft Lord, and he's going to start with Lapras, a nice shiny Lapras, and I'm going to come in with my Magnezone. Not a bad match for Magnezone. Pretty sure Wild Charge is going to put a serious hurtin' on Lapras. We'll see if he blocks this. He does not, which one-shots Lapras. He's going to come in with Swampert, which is probably one of the best PvP Pokemon just behind Medicham. I'm going to come in with another Wild Charge, and I have a feeling he's probably going to block this one because Wild Charge hits pretty hard, even if it's neutral. Okay, or not even very effective. So it still hits pretty hard. And this ground move, or I'm sorry, this Surf Hydro Cannon, is going to take me out. And that's fine. I'll let it take me out to keep my shield. I'm going to come in with Victory Bell, which is just going to tear right through. Now I'm like bugs there stuck there, and I managed to get out of it. He's going to come in with Mantine, and Mantine's not really doing a whole lot. Or Victory Bell isn't doing a whole lot to Mantine, but I'm just going to try to put some damage on there. Leaf Blade's going to take the shield. Now he probably is going to knock me out here as soon as he gets to his charge move, so I'm going to switch into Hitmonchan. I probably didn't have to switch. I probably would have been okay with my shields, but I figured, what the heck, I'll just switch and let Hitmonchan see some action here. He goes with the Ice Punch. And I'll go ahead and block this one as well. Now, he's got one more shield, but I just need a couple more counters, and that'll take him out. Alright, and I'll just go ahead and paint him down with the charge moves. Alright, this brings us on to the first Elite Four match with Sydney, which is Dark and Grass, and this is DC Bats. I lost several times to DC Bats. He starts out with Granbull, which is an interesting kind of fun choice. I know that Fortress is going to tear this guy up. So I go ahead and hit with that Heavy Slam, which is super effective and takes him out. He comes in with Umbreon. This isn't a super great match for Fortress, but I'm just going to try to deal as much damage as I can, get to another Heavy Slam. He's going to get to probably Last Resort or Dark Pulse. I'll go ahead and shield it, and it's Dark Pulse. So I'm going to get to my Heavy Slam here. I'm going to overcharge it a bit, and then I'm actually going to switch into Medicham, which is going to put a real hurting on Umbreon. Now, he probably could have switched into something to really tear into Medicham, but the nature of these battles is if you're defending a badge, you're not like playing like it's a PvP tournament. You're just kind of having some fun, and you're kind of there. You're a service for the player making their way through the badge. You don't want to win every match, you know what I mean? And so I think DC Bats was kind of being nice to me because he had beaten me this previous game. And I chicken out, and I go ahead and hit that power-up punch, even though one more counter would have done it. And his last Pokemon is... Okay, so it looks like he shielded it because he's getting ready to hit me with Dark Pulse. And I'll take that to the face. I'll go ahead and faint down Umbreon, and that brings out his last Pokemon, which is Breloom, and Ice Punch is going to one-shot Breloom. He doesn't have any shields left. So, cool, good team, very cool team, DC Bats. Appreciate that. The next badge is Phoebe Dark Ghost, the Fighting Gobbler. He ended up, well, I won't spoil myself. I lost to the Fighting Gobbler probably half a dozen times in these matches. So he starts with Hypno, and I switch into Swampert, and I'm going to go ahead and get to this Hydro Cannon almost immediately. Hitting Lucario. He's going to shield. I'm going to get to another Hydro Cannon extremely fast. He might get to the power-up punch. We get it simultaneously, but he's got the charge move priority. I was figuring this wouldn't take me out, so I saved the shield, which it almost does, but I'm still going to get my Hydro Cannon off, so he's either going to waste his shield or he's going to have Lucario basically get knocked out or very close. He decides not to shield and has Lucario knocked out. Those Hydro Cannons are just incredible. So whatever it is, I'm going to try to hit it a few times before losing my Mudkip. I'm sorry, my Swampert, and I'm not going to get to that Hydro Cannon. But I got a real good answer for Hypno, and it's called Fortress. Now, if he wanted to be dirty, he could put Fire Punch on his Hypno, and that would put a serious hurt on Fortress. But I know from experience that he has Thunder Punch on his, so I was safe with that. He's going to switch into Noctowl. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a Heavy Slam here. Maybe not the best move. Maybe I should have switched right into Medicham. But that Heavy Slam is going to put a little bit of damage on it. Now I'm going to switch into Medicham. That was probably a play mistake there. I'll go ahead and shield this because this Aerial Ace would one-shot me. Sorry, Sky Attack. Sky Attack. Yeah, that'd be some serious trouble for me. But these power-up punches are going to do some good damage to Noctowl. I believe Noctowl is flying in normal. And this is going to be neutral. It looks like he's going to come in with another Sky Attack. I'm going to have to waste my other shield there. Otherwise, like I said, this would one-shot me. I think I'm pretty close to knocking out Noctowl with counters, so that was his last shield. I'm going to play it safe here and hit the power-up punch. He's probably one fast move away from another Sky Attack. Now go ahead and I'm back to Hypno. Now Hypno is a pretty hits Medicham pretty hard, but I'm going to go ahead and get a power-up punch in. I'm just trying to deal as much damage as I can with Medicham. I still have Fortress, so I'm sitting pretty good. Yeah, not very effective. Here comes his Ice Punch. I'm sorry, Electric Punch. Is that what it is? It is Thunder Punch, sorry. That's going to almost take out Medicham. I'll get one more counter in, 2 more counters. And I managed to switch into Fortress, which is kind of funny. And he's going to go ahead and hit me with Thunder Punch again. That's not going to deal a whole lot of damage to Fortress. And then Fortress will go ahead and finish off the Hypno. Now the third Elite Four is actually myself. I'm Glacia. I've always wanted to be a girl, especially a Ice Princess. So I'm playing the Fighting Gobbler here. He has challenged my badge. So I'm coming in here. He's coming with the Sky Attack against Azumarill. And he hits me pretty hard. But I'm going to come up with my my Ice Beam here. I don't think this is going to deal too much to Skarmory. He decides not to block, which is the smart choice. We're kind of neck and neck here. Really, one of us could probably come out ahead if we decided to shield. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit that Ice Beam again, but it looks like he has charge move priority. So I'm going to go ahead and block the Sky Attack because I wouldn't get to get my Ice Beam off if he KO'd me. Alright, so he decides to shield as well to match me shield for shield. It'll be kind of, okay, so he switches out. He switches into Tropius. I'm going to try to get this Ice Beam off, which I don't. That Ice Beam would have probably either one-shotted or very close to Tropius. I'm trying to decide. Of course, Mantine's the correct decision here. A little bit of lag there, but I want to try to get to my charge move as quick as I can. I'm not going to do it. He's going to get me with this, what is it, Leaf Blade? Yeah, Leaf Blade. Not doing a whole lot to Mantine. He's still got a shield. This Ice Beam would put a serious hurting on his Tropius, but he still has a shield, so I'm just going to go ahead and... oops, I missed one. Use Aerial Ace. He's going to block it, expecting the Ice Beam, and I'm trying to get to another Aerial Ace, but I'm not going to make it. And my last Pokemon is Lantern, and Tropius is just going to tear right through Lantern here. This Leaf Blade is going to deal some serious damage, so I go ahead and shield it. Remember, he still has Skarmory in the back there. A Thunderbolt would knock Skarmory out, but I'm probably not going to get to it. I'm going to try to take this Tropius out. Tropius is flying, so this is going to deal some... I think it's neutral. So I still haven't seen his last Pokemon either, so this is looking pretty bad for me for my badge. Yeah, it's Defense Deoxys, so he's got this one in the bag. He's got a full Pokemon. I'm going to get to that, try to get to that Thunderbolt, and he's just going to hit me with that, is it Psyshock or something? I don't really know Defense Deoxys very well. It's Psycho Boost. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Thunderbolt, and I don't manage to get it off in time, so he defeats me. All right, the last Elite Four badge is Drake. It's Ground and Dragon, and it's Ecology. He starts out with Vigoroth, and I have Skarmory. One of the stipulations is you could pick a Pokemon as long as it has a Dragon or Ground move available to it. So Vigoroth was legit. It has the Ground move Dig on it, so he was able to pick that one. He's like always tries to be real tricky, and he's an extremely good Pokemon PvP player. So it's kind of sneaky of him to lead with Vigoroth. And I lost to him at least once and maybe twice, trying to get through the Elite Four. All right, that Body Slam's not going to deal a whole lot of damage. I'm going to switch into Medicham, which is going to take Vigoroth out with one counter. And whatever he's coming in with, I'm ready. I'm getting ready to hit it with the power-up punch. And he's kind of going slow there, picking. He's going to come in with Sceptile, and Ice Punch was going to one-shot Sceptile, but I'm going to go ahead and hit this power-up punch. He's probably figuring it's Ice Punch. I'll go ahead and get that shield. No, I don't get the shield. Good play on Ecology there, preserving the shield. He counted correctly. He's going to come in with probably a Leaf Blade. I decided to shield because Medicham's awesome, and I'm just going to try to freight train through everything he has with it. I'm not really sure what the count is for Leaf Blade, so I just go ahead and hit this power-up punch as soon as I can, and I'll either get the shield or feint him with this, and I get that last shield, and I'm doing pretty good with these. Okay, so he gets one, he manages to get that in, and I'll go ahead and take this Leaf Blade, and it's going to deal some serious damage, but not knock me out, so I'll finish off with the counter moves. He still has one more shield, but okay, and it's Steelix. Okay, so this is a really good match for Medicham, though he's going to shield this power-up punch. I'll get maybe 1 or 2 more counters in, and I'm really built up, so I'm going to be hitting pretty hard here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that almost takes him down halfway, and I'll come in with Lapras, and Lapras's Surf is super effective against Steelix here. He hits me with the Heavy Slam, but I got something for you, Steelix. It's called Surf, and it's super effective, and it's going to take you out. Now, you have to beat the Elite Four in order, and if you lose against any of the Elite Four, you have to wait 3 days and come back and start at the beginning. But if you make it all the way through, you get to challenge the current champion, and this is my champion match against the Fighting Gobbler, who was the champion at the time that I made it through the Elite Four. I lead with Fortress, and he leads with Tropius. This is a real good match for me to start here. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit with this Heavy Slam, trying to get that shield. I'm not sure why he's still in this match. He's probably just building up some energy. I'm still farming. Okay, and he's going to switch into Skarmory, and I'm going to switch into Medicham. Now, this is a pretty good pretty good matchup for Medicham. You have to shield these Sky attacks, otherwise you're going to get one-shotted. But you end up winning this match and coming out with a Medicham that's pretty built up. He was maybe one fast move up on me, so it's not necessarily as good as a match as I was hoping it to be. I'm doing pretty okay here. I'm trying to get to these power-up punches, but he's got the charge move priority on me, so he beats me to it every time. So he beats me to that. With that Sky attack, he only gets a great, which is funny. He's on the right and I'm on the left, so I managed to get his video, and I'm playing it side by side. So he decides not to shield this. That means he has 2 shields. Oh, he does shield at the last second. Okay. He was trying to decide on that, but I think this might be a bad idea for him because I'm just going to finish it off with power-up punches. He's trying to decide which to switch into here. He's going to come in with Tropius, and I'm going to come in with my Ice Punch. This would be super effective against him, and he decides to shield it. And then I'm just going to hit him a few more times and try to switch back into my Fortress. And he's going to hit me with that Aerial Ace. It's not going to deal a whole lot of damage to Fortress. And he switches right into Defense Deoxys. Now, I think my fatal mistake was switching. I should have just let my Medicham feint probably. I'm going to hit with that Heavy Slam. I haven't played much against Defense Form Deoxys, and I'm not really sure how fast his moves charge, but that Psycho Boost? I just don't know. No, it is Psycho Boost. Not really sure how hard it's going to hit. So I'm trying to decide who to switch into here. He's ready. He's hitting it. Okay, so I'm going to go with Medicham. I don't manage to get that power-up punch off. I gave him 2 fast moves, and he's going to come in here. And I know that he has that Tropius in the back. So I'm not going to... I'm out of shields. I know he has that Tropius in the back, and I know Tropius is going to put a serious hurting on Swampert. So I'm going to try to overcharge Hydro Cannon and hit it just in time. And I don't. I end up losing the match. He's going to hit me with that here. I was worried about that Tropius, and that's it. He hits me. And that's he defends the championship. I was the last challenger, so the Fighting Gobbler ended up being the Hoenn champion. So yeah, that's the Pokemon Go Radio Hoenn Challenge. It's great. We had a lot of fun. We try to pick a lot of fun Pokemon, and we don't take it very serious, at least until, of course, we get to the Elite Four. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys like my video. Thanks. Bye.